Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina with a quick fishing report for your weekend outlook. Right now we're excited. We've got that full moon coming up. We got tides picking up. We got more water moving and hopefully some great fishing coming up too. Today and tomorrow is going to be a little bit tougher, but as we move into the later weekend, especially this coming week, that water will move more and the fish will be more active inshore. Near shore and offshore, things are going pretty well for us, but we did hit a little bit of a tough patch with the weather. It was a little bit bumpy for us at the start of this past week with that wind event, making Tuesday and Wednesday a little bit tough. And then behind the weather, the water was kind of stirred up, made things a little bit tough Thursday on the 10-hour, but things are picking up today. Already got reports the bite has picked up quite a bit here today. And we're looking into the weekend. Hopefully that trend continues to improve and it's looking really good. Later weekend, start of the work week coming up. We do have a little bit of wind, a little bit of moderate conditions, especially there like Sunday. It looks like we might get a little bit of a weaker cold front, kind of not really affecting the area too much, but it might bring with it some storms. So Sunday looking a little bit more nautical, but definitely the start of the work week coming up should be an awesome opportunity to capitalize on the increased moving water, increased flushing baits, and hopefully better fishing too as we approach that full moon, which is going to happen next week around Thursday. There's a ton of bait in the area, and inshore, nearshore, and offshore things are going well. Let's start offshore with our fishing report. Offshore right now, we're chasing those amberjack and those triggerfish. Both of those species will end June 1st. Remember, amberjack is only open for the month of May, September, and October this year, and then triggerfish are closed every June and July for a spawning protection closure. So triggerfish will open in August, and we'll have them open the rest of the year most likely. Amberjack will close June 1st, and they will open again September and October. We are seeing a lot of red grouper right now. Red grouper are open through the end of June. Hopefully you'll get a chance to come out and catch some of these big fat red grouper before they close. We're seeing a handful of scamp grouper out there occasionally. Scamp, remember, they like those smaller pinfish, and about 60-pound tests and a smaller hook, like a 6-7-aught hook, a smaller to medium pinfish, 60-pound test, good way to target those scamp. Or a lot of times we catch them while targeting those mangrove snapper with the double snell rigs. We see the gags once they open up on the bigger live baits. The red grouper though right now that we're catching and doing pretty well on, we're really targeting them on bigger live baits and bigger dead baits. Some of the butterfly baits working really well, big chunks of bonita working really well, whole thread fins with the tail cut working really well. Big strips of squid are also a great idea, or just a big live pinfish is working well for those red grouper too. So great opportunity for them. We're also seeing plenty of action on the mangrove snapper, cut thread fins, double snell rig, great opportunity to catch them. Inside of 100 foot, we're targeting the mangroves with live shrimp generally, 30, 40-pound test at most. Offshore, beyond 100 foot of water, we're generally using 40-pound test and that cut thread fin and a double snell rig for the mangrove snapper. Also, once you're real deep offshore, like on a 39-hour or even a 12-hour extreme trip or 44-hour, a small to medium pinfish works really well for a bigger mangrove snapper too. Then on top of that, don't forget, we are seeing some pelagic action offshore. You got the chance for a big kingfish, you got a chance for a tuna, maybe even a wahoo. They're still around. The errant billfish or cobia potentially as well. So a lot of action offshore right now. Big vermilions, porgies, almacos mixed in. We got plenty of other heads and tails, seeing the occasional yellowtail snapper pulse as well. Near shore, we're catching our last little bit of mackerel and kingfish. Water is really warming up fast. We're going to see those mackerel and kingfish recede a little bit as that water temperature continues to increase. But we are seeing a few mackerel and kingfish still. Plus, on top of that, lane snapper action going pretty well. We're seeing a handful of mangroves and some decent red grouper on some of our better 10-hour trips. We've caught 20, 25 keeper red grouper. We've had other 10-hour trips a little bit more tough, only seeing 5, 10 or less of the red grouper. So definitely fluctuating, but there are days that are catching some pretty good numbers of keeper red grouper even on our 10-hour trips. So pretty cool info there. And then inshore right now, seeing a ton of snook around the pass, around the beach. A lot of trout around the dock lights at night behind me, and bridge lights especially. We're seeing the tarpon back. One of our dock masters, a new guy, Nate, he caught a 7-foot hammerhead on Madeira, or on Treasure Island behind me yesterday on a 6,000 series spinning reel. That was pretty cool to see. We've seen tarpon landed out there, some real big sharks around, real big tarpon around, nice numbers of snook. You got a chance for a redfish every now and again. There are pompano, but they're super spotty. And that's all the inshore action around the pass, plus of course mangrove snapper too. Sheep's head pretty much receded at this point. There's still a sheep's head here and there, but mostly mangrove snapper have taken over the docks inshore wise. Hopefully you'll get a chance to come out and see us. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Hopefully we'll see you for Final Friday. Hopefully you followed us on TikTok. We're doing a lot of extra stuff there on TikTok, so make sure you check out our TikTok channel. Don't forget to see us every Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. for our live stream show. We give away over $1,500 in free trips, and you can win absolutely free. All you have to do is tune in live Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. on our Facebook, our YouTube, our Instagram, and hopefully soon TikTok. If we can get to 10,000 followers, we'll be streaming live there Sunday night too. And then Saturday morning, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., we have our Real Animals radio show. Every Friday morning around 8:15, we have our Fox 13 news segment. Join us on the news, on the radio, on our Sunday night show. Come out and see us in person here inside Fish Famous John's Pass at Hubbard's Marina. And don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. And don't forget to vote. We're nominated for Best Charter Boat in the country right now through USA Today. And last night we were awarded Best Charter Boat in St. Pete Clearwater by Visit St. Pete Clearwater. We're nominated for Best Charter Boat in Florida, and we're nominated for Best Charter Boat in the entire country. Thanks to folks like you for making it possible. We couldn't do it without our Hubbard's Marina fishing family and our supporters and viewers and fishing friends out there. So thank you all for making us the best charter boat in Visit St. Pete Clearwater, and hopefully the country for the second year in a row. We were top charter boat in the country last year by USA Today. We want to win back-to-back championships. Y'all have a good day, tight lines. We'll see you out here soon.